Welcome back, everyone. It has been a few weeks since we last featured Larry Hofer's C8 with the first of its kind direct injection 8.1 big block version taking place at a shop here in San Diego. We have some pretty good information I think everyone is going to appreciate. We're going to let this play out in chronological order as to what was needed to adapt and convert a modern C8 Corvette with a GM big block, which includes a set of custom direct injection cylinder heads and variable valve timing. All this was designed and engineered by Corvette legend Larry Hofer. This is not Larry's first rodeo, and we are not going to sugarcoat this video. This is not scripted, nor is it a reality TV show or a professional production by any means. This is just a true testament of how innovation doesn't always work on the first time, but perseverance pays off. Larry has been working around the clock for the past 2 years and has been determined to be the first on the planet to successfully convert a C8 Corvette with the big block while maintaining the existing Corvette architecture and direct shift gearbox.
So is there an official GM tool for doing this, or this is something you guys innovated?
Probably, but I don't have it. So we have a Pete tool.
A Pete Ardema made
Ardema tool. 4
alignment dowel rods for the engine assembly. Just slip right in.
Yeah, it works so good. It really, really works good. So we're going to do that. And we're going to start pushing it this way. Let's see how our little feet. Is that foot over there okay? Or is it too far?
It needs to come forward just a little bit. So okay. Bring it on forward. Just push this way to the right. Yeah. Now
that looks good. I'm on the front of the cube. Okay, we'll let it down and we'll just watch these holes.
Oh, looks cool.
Okay, now we gotta go over. Are your bars?
You're like pretty much in the same money, but we just gotta come back. The engine's gotta go back about an inch.
Okay.
And maybe a quarter. So you want to pull tug, nice jet.
Let me just give her a push.
Okay, easy out. Right there. Okay, so you're.
Just fell off. Zero.
So when you come down, we'll be able to manipulate it.
Okay.
Now, what about oil lines over here, just between the exhaust and the dowel rod, right?
Yeah, they go in between.
Okay.
They're gonna go right in through here.
Okay.
But we have to pull that line off first, and we want to do that after it's hung up because it's going to drain oil out of the motor.
Is that okay if I push? Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, you're in. Okay, come down. Okay, you're in on the back. Front.
Like our front one.
We need to twist a little bit this way.
No, here, just move the bar.
Move the bar. Okay, come down.
And then when it gets closer, everything just kind of sorts itself out.
Yep, you're in. Okay, let's check
the other side.
We're in on the back. We're
Yeah, brake line comes inside here. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. It has to go underneath the dry sump tank.
yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead.
Do you want to get more contact?
Yeah, we're gonna go down a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, coming down.
All right, I'm watching, and you're stopped. Okay, stop right there. So I can move the rod again, or you need to go up a little bit, or a little, just a tad, quarter inch, 1/8 of an inch. All right, right there. Okay, you're in. All right, you're in.
This guy here going around that, it's gonna go up. Alternator is gonna go here. So we're okay here, we're okay with this. Water hoses are doing okay. These guys are good. Air conditioning, brakes, it has to go around the AC compressor.
Harnesses look good. All right, look good over here. These oil lines you said need to go on the inside, and then we got this other brake
Yeah,
line.
they're just gonna hang somewhere in here.
And this brake line runs here.
Yeah, that goes inside because it goes here.
Okay.
So it's gonna go like that. Coming in. So these.
Okay, pause.
Let's go look at the inside. Let's see what it looks like.
Larry, you're too old to be crawling around.
No kidding. This fucking young kid stuff. Okay, these guys here. Okay, the oil lines here are good. The oil lines are good there. The tank is good. This guy is still free. So we'll do this. That hose clamp just doesn't want to stay on. Okay, so, and then our air conditioning. See, our compressor's got a bunch of stuff on it. It runs into everything. Looks good. It's like, go ahead and pull down the black knob a little bit. Just let it come down. I'll watch this. All right.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yep. Come on down. There you go. Come on down. Still coming down. Still coming down. Let me check the brake lines. Hang on. Yeah, mine just kind of popped up. Brake lines are. All right. Did that? Yeah, you're up there.
All right.
And that's good. These guys are good. Okay, everything's good here. Ooh, see this? We gotta make sure we don't. That got ran over.
Well, it didn't get run over. It's just sitting on top. It didn't get squished
See,
or
this
anything.
gotta be underneath there so it doesn't get pinned.
Okay, those are free.
Don't move it.
All right.
We'll just watch it because when it sits down, it'll drop right inside here. Let's see, computer's out of the way. This looks good. This goes up on top of here. Let it down another inch or two.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna touch pretty soon.
Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Okay.
We're gonna go an inch. Here we go. 1 inch.
Okay, there's the brake lines. All right, hang on.
I'm gonna clear the control arm. Okay. Check the other control arm over here. It's free. Free.
Here.
Yeah, you almost got contact now. Brake line over here needs a little attention.
Okay.
All right, so good news. The 8.1 is officially in and bolted down. Everything seems to clear. So over the next hour or so, we connect all the electrical harnesses and brake lines and oil lines and fuel lines. So you'll be able to see this thing make progress as we move along.
There's our vent. He comes up on top there somewhere. That just says
Okay, you got 3. I only got 2. We're
different. Yeah, it's different.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
And do we snap these in yet? Or no? Oh, those are already
Those
snapped.
are already snapped. The air filter we'll put on after.
So you got O2s.
Yeah, we got sensors. Here's our 1/4-inch water pipe. Gonna go there. No, that can't go there.
We've got hammers.
That is not
It's
the
gonna have
O2
to go up
sensor.
over the top.
Nah, bigger. You got eyes on it, Larry?
I haven't got a thing. Can I bring this down some more?
Yeah.
Not much.
Okay.
About 12 inches.
Okay, that's more than I thought.
Let's go that way.
7.56.
Move the box in. Okay.
Yeah, we're there, but something is holding it.
Now it's just
There we go. There we go. Here we go.
Look at that.
I got that one. Where's this one? There's that one. Two, that's what down here. All we need to do is hang it there so we can run the computer.
yeah. I got it. Do you have the bolts for the rear mounts, Larry?
The hoop.
For the rear exhaust mount?
It's just getting down to the good stuff. Sure there is.
What?
We're gonna turn the computer on and see what burns up.
Oh, you plugging in spaghetti?
So you got about 40 PSI.
That's plenty.
And
Yeah,
then-
that.
Okay. Can we just do, I wouldn't hold. Okay, so she's powering up. All right, leave it right there.
Wow, it's alive.
It is alive, so the car has booted up. And we're gonna go ahead now and go to the scan tool. And we're gonna do Chevrolet. What? Cancel. Okay, let's just go engine control module. All right, let's just go into live data. Let's see if we can talk to it. All right, let's just go into engine first. So we got engine coolant temperature is disconnected because it's negative 40 degrees. We have air intake is showing 22 Celsius. Cold start, yes. Manifold absolute pressure. We got ambient fuel loop open. Oxygen sensors working. Power enrichment. Venting, fuel tank pressure is there. It's got, okay, ignition timing is at 0. voltage 12.8, battery voltage 12.6.
Let's see if they have a
Ignition
crankshaft
system.
signal.
They do. We just got to go into the other function. Fuel pressure sensor is 123 kilopascal. KPA. So it actually pressurized and is holding pressure in the rail. And so I don't know why that was. Engine speed is 0. Desired idle 1400. Engine coolant temp. That's interesting. Engine coolant temp here is 19. Engine load. Throttle position. Can you give it a little bit of throttle? See what happens to the throttle position sensor. It worked.
It works.
Okay. So it worked. Okay, let go.
Okay. So we're actually tied into this car.
So it's going to try 12.6. Oh, that's voltage to the ignition start signal. Sensor reference 5, which is good. We do trouble code. So let's go back out and see what code we have. Okay. Let's go back out here.
Not yet.
Let's go into this. DTC. All right, so cylinder injector 3, cylinder 4 injector circuit, so those two could be wrong.
I wonder what that means.
Injector 3 and 4, maybe you got them reverse. Engine compartment air temp, that's what it is. It's called engine compartment air temp. That's the one we don't have.
Okay, that's one.
And oil pressure control valve control. Because I want to film.
Okay. Well,
So the moment of truth. Hold up.
If it starts, I'm turning it right back off again.
Okay, so guys, moment of truth here. Larry's going to give it the first key crank with ignition and fuel.
Okay, keys on. Brakes. Look, it cranks.
Okay, release. How are you going to stop it? How are you going to stop it? How are you going to stop it? Okay, so it's starting to fire, but it wasn't stopping, which is, I don't like that.
Why?
Because he needed to shut it off and it wasn't stopping at all.
Well, it stopped when I pushed the button again.
Okay, so you were firing, but it sounded like ignition, you're off on timing. You were
I've got some starting fluid.
Or you just needed, or fuel needed to be primed in the rail. Do you want to crank a little more?
I would go for the fuel. There's nothing we can do for the time.
What I would be more concerned about right now is let's watch the high pressure fuel pressure. And if we can if that pressure builds up to where it needs to be, I think it's going to fire. So we got 3,600. The other one needs to be, it was around 6,000. So if you could build that to 6,000, I bet you it might start. See, the pressure's bleeding back down. All right.
There we go.
Go for it.
Is our battery charger on?
No. It would probably make a difference.
I mean, it's possible.
Because, yeah, voltage is probably low.
That's our voltage.
It was low. Well, now it's going to show high because the charger's on. It was low battery is why it was cranking slow. So it's got ignition timing. Ignition timing. Let's go back to that fuel pressure. So fuel rail pressure is low. But I bet you if that pressure gets up there and then you give it some throttle, it might fire.
Well, I gave some throttle.
Go for it. Okay.
You're fueling up pretty bad, Larry.
What's that?
It's fueling up pretty
loading
good.
up.
Loading up pretty good.
Okay. So what does it tell us on here?
You beat the throttle probably.
Well,
but,
I want to check and see if it's got a timing reluctor. It probably does.
Okay. Ignition.
Oh yeah, I can smell the fuel back there.
All right, folks, this looks very promising. We have fuel, we have spark, the engine's almost starting. It appears that the ignition timing is off slightly. We also know we have a fuel leak, and there are two codes for injector 3 and 4, both circuits open. So in this next segment, you're going to see where Larry has removed the intake plentum, and he's going to use his ohm meter to diagnose and confirm that indeed injectors 3 and 4 are open.
You can kind of tuck them in under. There's like a little slot.
Right there.
Tuck that one in.
Right there.
Should have 1.5 ohms.
That sounds like 0, 0, 0, 0.
Okay, so your meter, you have to range it out. So hit the range button.
Try that.
Okay, 1.2
1.2 ohms.
Okay, now
My
ready.
goodness.
And the next one.
That's serious continuity. Okay, let's try this guy. And try this guy. And it's open.
Yep.
Let's try a couple others just for heck of it. This is the other one that's bad.
Yep.
And this one here is out of range. Let's try a couple others. Make sure.
You could
All right, Larry found the problem. It turns out that when the intake plenum was installed, it kind of exerted extra pressure on the fuel injector connectors, and it actually ended up breaking two of the connections. So Larry's going to explain what he needs to do
So
here
it's
to fix
easy
it.
to slide the connectors on and solder them. But then the connector broke right here.
There's the problem. That's why the injector went open.
So this is the other side. You know, we could light a match. These are the seals that go down inside the engine.
I would just solder this shit right to it.
Oh man.
Is that one breaking too?
Yep, that one's broke too. See how floppy they are?
Yeah. So
See,
Larry's,
that one there is rigid.
Larry's gonna have to prove his injector
Yeah,
connection.
our design sucks.
I don't think it's gonna run today.
Nope.
But it was close, Larry. I think you get an A- for the effort.
I'd even give me a B. I mean, see that one? Look at that one. You know what? As much current as. So this guy here, every one of these, there's 4 of these in this motor. Every one of them has a yellow terminal and a green terminal. Okay. These wires up here don't count anymore because they're still using the colors that goes through the loom to the computer. But when you get up in here, there's only 4 of these. The colors stop right here. From here, it's just another color change that goes up inside there. So what I had here is these guys were like this. Green and yellow, green and yellow, green and yellow. When we're firing it, this yellow wire here is firing number 1. So that makes the wires in here all backwards for this down here. So this is how we're going to put it together. Coils mount like this on the side of the engine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it's 20 and 20. And 20, that makes 73, and that's correct. There's 73 pins they label in this right here. Oh, sorry, where the fuck our lights go? I guess our lights died.
All right, so we got continuity. You're on cylinder number 1, which is the blue and the violet. So this is cylinder number 1 connector. I know. So this is number 1. So let's go to number 5, which is the one behind it. No, I'm sorry. No, you said 29 is number 5. So 29 is number 5. Go back. Go 1 in front or 1 behind.
No. 28 is number 3.
I thought you said you were on 29.
Oh, we're on 29. Okay.
Blue and the violet.
29. That's nice.
All right. So Larry has been working around the clock and trying to get the C8 Corvette with the 8.1 in it running, and it's just not quite right. So we noticed the fire.
ignition is erratic.
Yes.
Best way to put it, just totally unpredictable. So we pinned out the computer and we followed the wires to the coils. The coils are all right. The wiring loom is correct. So we have to come to the conclusion that there's a difference between this part of the reluctor on a LS version and this part of the reluctor on an 8.1. Now in the earlier E67 computers, these are completely interchangeable. But apparently the E99 has gone to a more sophisticated computer and it's not happy with these 2 sections right there.
So this one here, the smaller one,
Right.
is on an 8.1. And if I flip it over, you can see it here. You can see that it has a rising edge trigger.
Correct.
And this one has the falling.
falling.
And this is called the missing tooth, the 2 missing teeth, right? The missing tooth on a 58. And this one isn't, but it's, again, this is the difference between falling and rising.
Right. So it looks like we're going to make one of these.
Fun.
This came as a complete surprise, but it doesn't. Everything on this motor has been a surprise.
But it's getting spark. It's just getting spark at the wrong time.
Yeah, and it's erratic. It's
erratic.
It's not.
And we're getting pulse width. So we've got everything there. You got compression. You got spark. You got fuel.
And it cranks really good. We're good with that.
We're out of time.
Yep.
This
so
is simply
we're back
like having
to-
the plug wires on the wrong, of the cap or whatever.
So rather than pull the engine back out and strip the engine down to replace the tone wheel on the back of the crankshaft, Larry did something that was pretty innovative. He actually retrofitted a 6.2 tone wheel to the outside of the harmonic balancer and relocated the crankshaft position sensor so that he could do these tests outside of the vehicle without pulling the engine.
So if you come around here, see there's our space right there. For that's when the sensor is firing.
That's your air
And we're going to turn it around until the pink line comes down. We like pink. And then that'll put us on top dead center. Okay. So there's 13 teeth between that line and this right here.
And the missing tooth. Okay.
Yeah. And that works out the same as on a LS version block too, the 13. There's up in the air, it's actually halfway between 13 and 14 teeth, so it depends on where you want to start.
All right. Larry's done this about 180 times already, so here we go, 181. I think it's gonna work. Come on, let's work. Fingers crossed.
We're still up in the air.
Still up in the air. I'm gonna stand back so you don't blow up or anything. If I... That's running, Larry.
That's better than it was.
That's running. I don't care what you say, that is running. Huh. Maybe it just needs to get some more fuel pressure?
Don't know.
Oh, it's freaking awesome, dude.
We probably ought to hook the Autel up and see what it says. Let me do it again.
Okay.
Now I gave it some throttle, it didn't like that. Let me try it without throttle.
Maybe, do you think it does it have a vacuum leak or anything?
Oh no. No, it's something in the computer.
It's running longer every time. Just a bit.
See, I'm thinking it might be working the fuel out of the fuel rails.
The air?
Also sounds like the timing's retarded.
It does, but it smells like it's running. It is running pretty fat. It's very, very
We
fat.
got 8 pounds of oil pressure, so the dry sump's working. That was my
Okay.
concern.
It's very, very rich.
Really? I'd be happy with rich.
It's extremely rich. It's dumping. Keep it going.
You can advance the reluctor, which is the same thing as turning the distributor. Look at the smoke.
It is.
That's all new too. We've actually got fuel coming out that's making smoke.
This is rad.
So, listen to this. It's making smoke. Where have you heard that?
Everybody, just so you know, Larry's pretty stoked right now.
Yeah.
You
We've got good oil pressure too. It's already up to 20 pounds. So that's good. I was worried about the oil pressure. Don't know about the dry zone. Let me do a little looking.
Yeah, let's look up.
the Autel.
Let's look at the scanner and see what trouble codes you have. Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. Question is-
Pretty cool. All right, I'm up in the car. Larry's underneath. I'm gonna we'll be trying it here in a second. Got the scan data. We're gonna look at the RPM crankshaft position sensor data in just a minute. Okay, are you clear and ready? All right, foot's on the brake. Crank, here we go. It's running. Awesome. Woohoo! Got a check engine light. It's not, it cut out.
Yeah, I think that fuel line is getting rid of the air. See, we let it sit for a while, and whatever the air was, it was...
Okay. It ran good.
It ran on all 8 cylinders.
It ran on 08 and
It sounded like the timing was late.
yeah, and the timing and the so let's check and see what code we got, because it shut down. I didn't shut it off, it shut itself down.
That's normal.
Okay, we're gonna go into engine and we're gonna scan for codes.
So
Larry's
we're
stoked.
on top dead center #1 now.
Okay.
And my guess is it still sounds lazy big time. You know, like the timing's 20 degrees retarded.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time trying to determine forward or backwards by looking at that reluctor backwards and then trying to figure out how it relates to the damper. It's a moving target.
Okay, so we just got a crankshaft position sensor intake single camshaft position implausible. So it lost the crankshaft position sensor signal.
Well, that's where we were talking about bringing the oscilloscope in, that dual trace oscilloscope.
No, something just like, did the wires come unplugged?
No. It started recognizing it and said, this isn't right, and it turned it off.
Okay, let me clear the code again.
Okay. So it saw that the cam phasing between the camshaft and the crankshaft, it's improbable is the word they used.
Implausible.
Improbable.
Yeah, so it means it
didn't like what it saw.
did not like what it saw, but there is a crankshaft position sensor relearn calibration mode in this scan tool. So let's try it again, see if we get the same code. If not, we'll do the calibration.
Yeah, I mean, I'd clear the codes and
Okay.
let's see if it does the same thing.
Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're gonna push the key. Ready, set. Okay, I'm not touching the gas, it's running.
It actually starts.
We've got, yeah, we got oil pressure's building, 32 PSI, fans are cycling, and
I think it's working the air out of the injectors.
she's running. Check engine lights on, so it might cut out again. Let's give it a second. It's probably gonna throw the same code.
Can you hear it for the...
Still running. Running longer than I thought we would be.
The phone just got off, the camera just turned off.
It's still going. Okay, go to the data. Temperature's good. Oil pressure's 38. I would have thought oil would have been higher.
Now, we don't have any water in it either, remember?
Oh shit, we gotta shut her down.
So we don't want to run
I forgot we don't have water.
Yeah.
All right, let's not run it any longer. So it did not throw a trouble code that, oh it did. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's go skate. Let's see if I got the same code. Stayed running. It's running. You get an A+ for your effort today. Okay, so we did get the crankshaft position sensor code again.
So that could be nothing more than, see, I keep thinking the crankshaft timing is going to be wacky.
It is. It might.
It sounds way late.
But we're not getting a camshaft position code, which is good.
Well,
So I think what I think we should do is try to find out where you want to put it. And then,
well, that's back to making the guess of which way that reluctor turns to advance the time. It's like advancing the timing on a
so
distributor.
I think we should eventually put water in it, get it all set up.
No, we got too much work because the motor has to come back out to fix that reluctor.
But we need to run it and get everything dialed in. I would put water in it. Let's do a relearn of the crankshaft position sensor. So basically, we set the end gap.
That's a good idea.
Okay, because see what this is for is when you replace it, you have to do what's a relearn. So there's a relearn calibration. So we'll set it where you want it. We'll do a relearn calibration and see if we get that code. At this point, you're only getting 2.
What's the injector?
I don't think you're getting any charging system. Generator L terminal circuit.
That's because the belt's not on it.
Okay, so you don't have any refrigerant in the system, so you only have 3 trouble codes, and 2 of them we don't care about. We don't care about the AC refrigerant. We don't care about the alternator. We have the camshaft position sensor code. And
Camshaft or crankshaft?
I mean crankshaft. No, but it's crankshaft position intake single camshaft position. So it's correlation. Crank to cam correlation is
the phasing between the
phasing.
crankshaft
Yeah.
and the camshaft sensor. And I think that's right because we agreed to cam as best as anybody knows because I sent the information to Cam Motion. And
But
they said, well,
this stuff's sensitive. This is so sensitive that the other day I was diagnosing a Ford F-150 that has a little bit of timing chain slop, and it got the same code. Because when the chain is loose and it's cold in the morning and it builds oil pressure and it slaps and so it gets that same code and it sets on a check engine light. So
wonder with HP if we can delete that code.
No, you can't delete it. It's just that
Or open up the range.
the computer knows, hey, we only can allow 3 degrees plus or minus of variation, but if I get 8 degrees, then I'm going to turn on the light because I got too much slack. So you might be 8 degrees now, for example, because your correlation between cam and crank aren't set correctly. Because you've had
that was where we degreed the cam, and on a variable cam phaser, with a variable cam phaser, nobody really has an opinion of how you degree the cam. They just say just put it on and run it.
So you could move that camshaft position or crankshaft position sensor, what you just did. The first time you moved it, it ran, but it missed. You moved it back. Now it's running on 8. I wonder if you moved it 2 degrees this way and try it, and then another 2 degrees and another 2 degrees, and it might.
Let me see how hot the.
But yeah, let's not. Yeah, can I come down? I'm gonna come down all the way.
I don't know.
I want to drink my Dr. Pepper in celebration of Larry's accomplishment.
Well, there you have it, folks. It's official. Larry's 8.1 C8 Corvette officially started up and ran. This is remarkable. This is history making. Larry is ecstatic. We're going to document this progress as he continues to get this thing dialed in, up and running. And we're going to take you along for the first test drive when that occurs here shortly. So please stay tuned. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you for your patience and understanding how this all comes together. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you.